What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Like I said, I don't know. Listen, this is season 5, episode 14. Has Sauce Shades on. I'm giving you my opinion raw. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. It's not going to change anything. And we can be respectful to one another in the comments and stuff like that. And I just let y'all go ahead up in the comments, okay? But my opinions are my opinions, okay? Nobody else's. But anyway, and I try to be as unbiased, well, yeah, as unbiased as I can. I was about to say the wrong word. As unbiased as I can because truth be told, I'm not really feeling none of the girls at this juncture of the show. I'm just being quite honest. I like Karen for the most part. She did kind of titter a little bit last week, but for the most part, I can do without. Okay, so it ain't no team this, team that, team that. I'm calling everybody out on their shit, and that's how I've been doing it for the last few episodes anyway. And if you can't get with that, and you don't like to hear your fave or whatever getting called out, oh the fuck well, click off and go to somebody else who's very biased towards somebody else that you like. Okay, because you ain't finna get that over here. So we start the episode off with seeing what the girls and everybody doing. They do the little quick blurbs. You got Wendy, calling people trying to get them registered to vote. You got Monique using her kids on the sidewalk with her, trying to get people to listen to her little podcast. When that little baby said, "My mommy is tired, so you have to listen," so she did a podcast. The white lady said, "Your mommy doing a podcast? What? She's what?" That was funny to me. I said, "Well, Monique, you ain't got shit else to do on this show, so you might as well try to promote your own stuff, okay? Because the girls really ain't fucking with you right now." Moving on from that, we get into this whole thing. Who has something going on? Candace, that's who it was. Candace got her friend Cliff over there. She's in a better headspace for the most part than what we've been seeing her in for the past few episodes or whatever. She's in her element. We use music. A lot of people see. I can get with this part because a lot of people use music as therapy. Or to get them into a better place. Music come in handy for a lot. So I'm glad that she's over there doing something that she care about. That me, my. It wasn't working, but that little remix, she trying to get her little remix out. That song goes, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I told y'all that when we first heard it, it goes. So, if she could put that out, put that out. Moving on from that, we get Giselle meeting up with Robin. I said, for what? What y'all finna gossip about? Girl, Giselle and Robin want to get together with Karen because Karen is supposed to be coming in later, to talk about this whole situation that Wendy told Giselle, which I feel like Wendy shouldn't have told Giselle. It's like Wendy trying to get in good with Giselle and Robin. I don't know. She want to be with that clique. That's what she want to do, and if that's what you want to do, fine. But if somebody is not messing with you like that and y'all have not come to a conclusion as to the reason why y'all don't get along on the same page or whatever, why are you spreading their business? Okay, granted it was on camera, granted it was just amongst y'all, you didn't have to go tell other people, but that's what they do on this show for drama. So that's why the business got spread. But then it's not even that, it's that you told Giselle. Karen and Giselle is not on that type of level right now, okay? They shade each other. They're not really good girlfriends like that, even though they try to portray it. Giselle taking any opportunity to be gossipy or whatever, so I just really wasn't here for it. But okay, so when Karen shows up, Robin talking about her headline, and Karen also was on ready. Like she said, she was on ready. Okay, she was on ready, because having them two link up, yeah, it's just something that you just got to be prepared for. Like it's gonna be something that's gonna happen. And so at this moment, Giselle tried to be funny by saying that Robin's headline was called embezzled when it's called embellished. And then, Robin talking about the whole situation with that, and she need more models or whatever to model her hat because it's just her on the website, which I get where she coming from. she just want to diversify, put more of the girls on there, let them model the hats and stuff like that. But of course, Monique is not invited because she's not really here for what happened. She's not really, set on it. It's understandable. I'm not even mad at that. Moving on from that, Karen brings up the whole tax thing, and she said, somebody sent me a text about it, and I'm not the one to gossip or whatever, or to assume or to believe what everybody put out there on the internet. I go to the source. So, baby girl, what's going on? And she was like, yeah, I was paying some taxes or whatever, but I wasn't paying all of them like I thought I was, the right amount, So in about 3 months or so, they'll take the lien off if I keep on this schedule that I'm doing, and, everything will be all to the good. And, Karen had to, clock her a little bit because when Karen was going through her tax problems with Ray, or when Ray was going through his tax problems, they was badgering Karen, talking about some, what's going on. And she was like, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. And the first thing that, Robin really said was she really can't talk about it. So she was like, look at the chicken coming home to roost, okay? My, how the tables have turned. So now you understand what the boat was when Karen was in there. And then we get into this whole conversation about Karen and Ray and what Wendy told Giselle. And, Karen is like, on the one hand, I get it. We was talking, we was bonding or whatever. And at first I thought Karen was about to lie. She looked like she was about to lie and say she ain't say shit. And they had to remind her, you was under the influence a little bit. You was down at the in the basement. She was like, yeah, I did say something about that, and that's what happened. It is what it is, And it was like Wendy said that you also wanted, your money to be returned. I never said that. I said, Karen, you did kind of say that, whether you was joking or not. You said that. So at that point, they get into that whole situation. And, Karen was basically saying that Wendy was reaching on some parts, which she probably was, but from what we saw, she really wasn't. But, she was like, I called the bitch ignorant. She didn't tell y'all that. When we was at her little thing, she come downstairs, and when she imitated that walk that Wendy do, bitch, I must have fell out. Okay. But she just said, you're not going to badger me into picking a side and talking about some I'm straddling the fence just because you want me to be 100% on Candy's side. It's not going to happen. You're a grown woman and I'm a grown woman. And just because you want to be the so-called doctor, you're not a medical professional, whatever. I don't know what a blackout is. I wish Karen would stop saying that. Ain't nothing mentally wrong with, Monique, to be quite honest. I truly don't feel like it. You just because you black out and you beat a bitch ass don't mean that you got something mentally wrong with you. Sometimes you just black out and you beat a bitch ass, okay? That's just all to it, and that's wound up what happening, so they just talked about that whole thing, and she gonna have a conversation with Wendy. So we get Wendy. Now, when it comes to Wendy, like Karen said, I ain't scared of the bitch. But anyway, when it comes to Wendy, when Wendy is talking about her immigration, her family immigration and coming from an immigrant household and educating us on the Nigerian culture and showing us how involved she is with her kids and, wanting them to do good. And I love seeing the fact that the kids were willing to, they want to do math, they want to do science. I love seeing stuff like that when it comes to her. But when it comes to other shit, like, her thinking that she's better than everybody else just because she's educated, or I should say, educated more educated. Girl, you went to college, get your grammar and shit together. I know it is, but anyway, yeah, it just irks me, okay, because I don't like when people throw around their degrees and stuff like that to make themselves feel better. And I get from the household that she comes from, and the culture that she's coming from, that, you have immigrant parents that come over from, Nigeria, and they're doing all of that, they come from nothing, as she said, and they're doing all that they can to become something. And because they're doing something, you don't want to look like the failure in the family and thinking that you can just skate by and just because you're a child. No, you have to come here and make something of yourself as well. And so that's why they stress the educational aspect. I understand that. And so it's ingrained in Wendy, and she was talking about that's why when Karen said that she was ignorant or whatever, that, hit her deep or something like that, she really didn't hear, she wasn't here for it. She was like, I got this many degrees. I'm a political commentator. I got this and I got that. Baby, that's not what Karen was talking about, okay? You can have all the degrees in the world and still be ignorant to certain things. You can be ignorant to certain social cues. You can be ignorant to life cues. You can be ignorant to humanistic things. You can be ignorant to common sense. But you can be a very book smart. You can be very smart on particular subjects or whatever, but it can be also other things that you cannot be. You probably a little bit ignorant in, and you were being ignorant, okay? Because what you wanted was for her to pick a side, and you was trying to make that lady pick a side. That grown ass woman, okay, who's been on this earth longer than you, to pick a side, and you was trying to badger her to do that. That was what she was talking about, being ignorant. You took that out of context, like she was just saying that you was stupid as hell, like you was uneducated and all that. That's not what she was referring to, and you should know that. You miseducational, you miseducation connection. You should know that. You couldn't decipher that's what she was talking about. Okay, girl. Meanwhile, we get Ashley. She's gone to her therapist. She was talking about the follow up what happened between Kevin. Who is Kevin? Michael. Michael being there and what they learned, and basically saying that they're lacking intimacy in the sexual department. Like, she just doesn't feel right, sexually with him. She feel like a utility for Dean, like if he tries to be it's terrible. Anyway, girl, it's gonna be one of those nights. I just got thrown off. I know y'all tired. Y'all like, bitch, who? If you're not gonna say what it is, who it is, and why it is, stop it. Stop it. Okay, I'ma stop. All right. I just be forgetting to put my phone on vibrate or whatever when I be recording, because then I wouldn't be so distracted. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Anyway, let me stop. What was I talking about? Yes. So, she was like feeling like she's just a utility or something for, meant for Dean. So it just doesn't feel right when she's with her husband trying to get it in or whatever. And, she's just thinking like, no, this is for Dean or whatever. And I said, damn, like, I thought Michael had the issue. Now, I knew she had the issue too. But we could say what we want about Ashley. Ashley's not a favorite of mine, but she hasn't been irritating me this season. She cut up last season, and she cut up the seasons before. And that's probably why a lot of us got a negative perception of Ashley. But this season, with her dealing with the postpartum, and that's what they was talking about, and her answering those questions, that shit made me feel real bad for her. Okay, because postpartum is no joke, and it's a lot of women that out here who deals with this, and it goes on for a lengthy time sometimes. Okay, you just can't wake up and snap up out of it. You just got to live through it sometimes, and it is, I feel sorry for anybody that goes through that. Your body changing and shit like that, doing hormonal changes with the baby. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not as simple as people may think, having and bringing a baby in the world. She was talking about how she's crying more often. She's not enthusiastic about, things that she used to be doing back in the day or whatever. It was just terrible. I was just like, damn, Ashley, you still going through it. I hope she get it together. So we get Candace going over there to Chucky's what's his name? Chucky Thompson, the producer that did the remix to her song I See You. Okay. And he's finally playing her the finished track of it. And she is happy with the finished product. And truth be told, from what I've heard of it on this show, like I said then, I'm not gonna hate on it or whatever. The original, this remix, yes, okay. The remix is giving me like this, like her voice on it is giving me like an old 90s R&B type vibe, to it, and I can dig it, I can get with it or whatever. So, it's cute, and at this point, she bopping to it. Chucky was like, listen, so what I want to do now is I want to sign you to my label. And she was like, oh my God, what? What? Crying again. Now, that's justification to cry, okay? I'll let her have that. Bitch, at the beginning of the episode, we weren't even 5 minutes in. We wasn't even 3 minutes into the episode before, and this is after the credits, before Candace started crying in the confessionals. I said, girl, she'll cry on cue. But this one, I'll let her have it, because this was a hype moment. She got a little record deal. She tell us about the fact that, when she was younger, she was in a girl group, and they were about to get signed, and the parents took the contract to an entertainment lawyer that showed them that this was the worst deal, and so they weren't able to sign, and so now it's coming back around that she's getting the opportunity to sign with a label. So she having a little light at the end of the tunnel type of moment, sun in the sunshine, in the sky type of moment throughout all this mess that she going through. So that's cute. Moving on from that, we get Monique. Monique is showing that, she's stressed out. Okay, she got to take care of the kids, get them ready, do this. Chris ain't really helping. Chris, he in the bathroom stinking it up. Okay, um, just trying to show that she really is a busy mom, I guess. And then she's talking about this whole thing about, Candace filing this claim and her having this second degree assault charge against her, and how it then blew up. And, if the judge hear her side and don't hear hers, that's going to be messed up. The judge can rule to get her locked up in front of her kids and get arrested in front of her kids. And truth be told, a few people sent me the clip of, I don't know what Candace was doing. Okay, I don't know if this was an Instagram live or something like that, but it was a video of her basically saying the reason why she went on ahead. Part of the reason why she went on ahead and filed this stuff was so that she can learn her lesson. And if she got locked up in front of her kids and arrested in front of her kids, oh the fuck well, she did not care. Okay, and right then and there, Candace, no bitch, no bitch, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, don't bring the kids in this shit. Don't do that. But she knew what she was doing. So that's why I just wasn't really here for that shit. But moving on from there. But then again, Monique, you put your hands on the bitch, so you got to take care of the consequences. You didn't think at that moment about your kids. I mean, who thinks about that when it happens? So that I'm gonna keep that statement in. Ain't no taking it out. It is what it is. Okay, so this is the consequence. She just ready to get it all over with. This is what you got to deal with, girlfriend. Sometimes you got to think before you hit. I'm just saying. Y'all almost died. I was swallowing. Okay, and it went down wrong and damn near choked me. It ain't funny, but it's funny. Okay, because I was in the midst of talking and it just, girl, anyway, moving on from that. So we get to, Giselle is outside, overseeing the construction that's going on her garage, okay? Ashley is coming over there. She got baby Dean. Ashley was like, listen, I know I didn't tell you that baby Dean was coming or whatever, but is it safe for him to be up in there? Because the last time I came over here, your house was condemned, okay? Ashley said in that confessional it would have been better if she would have just tore that whole thing down and started from scratch, okay? But Giselle, I gotta give it to her. She doing what she gotta do to keep her stuff together, She I guess I don't know who helping her pay with the payments, but she getting it done, so ain't no complaints on that end. They get up in there and Giselle was asking, was there anything that baby Dean need? And she was like, no, I'm going to feed him soon. Well, she was like, bitch, you got on a turtleneck and all that stuff. She was like, okay, and all right, she ain't got no pre-made milk or whatever. He just going to suck from the tit, okay, from natural bottle. You know what I'm saying? And so at that point, they get to talking about how she's feeling. She looked like she's feeling better. She was like, not necessarily, but just a little bit, talking about the therapy session with Michael, him opening up and, how their intimacy has not been the same, and that's why he sought out to have it with somebody else. And with her, Giselle being in a long distance relationship with Jamal, do you ever have those thoughts that he might go somewhere else? And she was like, yeah, but she's not worried about that, or whatever she said. So they get through with that, and Ashley started talking about how her therapist did say maybe she needs to go on a vacation. And oh, excuse me. Did they say that she was thinking about getting pregnant again? Because technically speaking, she is pregnant again. They just have to work out some stuff. But then, Ashley suggested that all the people come together for the vacation, and thought that this would be a good time that everybody can get back on the same track. I said, Ashley, baby girl, I don't know what time this is and how long it's been since this whole fight or whatever happened. Like Giselle said, you should have already known that if Monique was gonna be invited or coming and confirmed that she was gonna come, we know that that's your friend. Giselle wasn't gonna come, which we don't give a damn about. Okay, girl, you can come and go. Giselle, you're acting like you were personally made offended by this whole thing. Okay, like Monique put her hands on you. Truth be told, I feel like Giselle is acting like this, like she don't want to be around Monique or whatever because she know that she got it coming next, okay? Or that Candace took the ass whooping that she should have got, okay? Because that's years in the making. That ass whooping that Giselle got coming, that's years in the goddamn making, okay? Anyway, and she was like, and then you want Candace to come? Of course, if Monique come, Candace ain't gonna come. And, you know, and like she put herself in this predicament. I get where she coming from, and I do feel like it's probably a little bit too soon. The girls don't feel it for Monique, okay? And like Monique said in that little meeting, if y'all gonna have little things, don't invite me right about now because it ain't finna happen. It ain't finna happen. None of the girls, they act like she personally did something to them, and that she gotta prove something to them. Who the fuck are y'all? Okay? Who the fuck are y'all? Most of y'all been in the group the same time, same length, or probably even longer than Candace, and had issues with her, and she didn't put her hands on y'all yet. So what you talking about? Okay. But anyway, moving on from there, who cares? That's what's going on. So we gonna have a new trip. That's the trip of the we gonna find out where they're going. That's gonna be the trip of the season. So Robin is at her little photo shoot where she gonna have her little embellished hat photo shoot at. She got the photographer there. She got a model that's not one of the girls. Her name Shavana or whatever. Um, Shavana kind of cute. Okay, I was like, hey girl, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a Twitter? Do you have an Instagram? You look really, really pretty. And she was like, when Giselle showed up, she said, hold up. First of all, you look like Katie Ross. One of them said that she looked like Katie Ross. And Dave was like, do you know Katie? She was like, who's that? I said, well, that's a no, okay? But anyway, they do some little photography shoots with her or whatever. Giselle was just giving Robin her props and all this stuff about how she's doing with her little business with her hats and stuff. And she got this IRS desk and that and it's nothing. She'll pay that off in a second like that. It's only like $900, $1,200. Girl, when she said 1,200, I said, I'm pretty sure Robin got 1,200 that she could have. She ain't have to go through all this if it was just 1,200. Okay, I got 1,200 I can put on it right now for. Okay, listen, girl. The producer was like, "It's $90,000." Giselle said, "Well, shit." Let me back up. That was funny to me. But anyway, moving on. So we got Robin come. Robin was already there. We got Giselle. Wendy shows up. And of course, in Giselle fashion, it would not be Giselle if she did not start some mess, okay? And what mess do she start? She get the ball rolling by telling Wendy about what happened at the little outing that, meetup that they had with Karen, imitating her walk and all this stuff. And, saying that and Robin participated into it too. But, um saying that, of course, Karen said that she wasn't a real doctor because she hasn't performed any surgery. She's not a medical professional and stuff like that. And of course, Wendy is offended and she wants to, talk to Karen. She was like, "Is Karen coming today?" Okay, so if she's coming today, we gonna nip this in the bud right about now. Okay, so we got all them. Candace shows up. And then Ashley shows up with a whole bunch of stuff that she's gonna get to the girls later. So when Karen finally get there, Wendy and Candace was having a conversation before they was taking their photos, and Candace was like, "I feel a little weird because she can tell that Karen is trying to be there for me." But it's also just a little weird. Like, she's trying to be on my side as well. Exactly. That's what she's been trying to show you, girl. She's not going to pick sides, okay? She's going to be there for you and Monique, regardless of how you feel about the situation. And so at this point, Karen shows up. And so they get ready to do the pictures. And I will say everybody looked nice in the pictures. They were beautifully done, if you ask me. And then Ashley said she got some stuff, telling them about what her therapist was saying about, her journey on postpartum and, what she needs to do, get out there, take some vacations, and she want to go to her, a place that she's always wanted to go to. And she holds up the flag. They was like, "Girl, what? China?" And then Wendy said Portugal, and then, that's where they was going to. Wendy knew because she was watching soccer, so she know all of that stuff. Cute. And so Ashley let it be known that Monique is not coming. Because if Monique would have came, she would have been on edge. Most of the other girls probably wouldn't have come. And if they did, they would have been feeling some type of way too. So, of course, she didn't invite her. Um, and then, Wendy said, listen, I want to clear the air so that I can have a good time while I'm out there in Portugal. Okay? So, Karen said, why am I not surprised? I said, girl, come on, give us a nasty read because I know it's coming. Check that bitch. So Wendy called herself trying to call out Karen and get herself together, okay? Get Miss Karen together. Talking about how Giselle told her what she said and how she walked and all this stuff, and you talking about degrees and all this, and she was like, okay, well, I'm a formidable businesswoman and I know how degrees work and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a marriage and all that stuff. Yeah, but you don't have actual degrees, okay? You don't have this and you don't have that, and I'm not the type of person that throw around my degrees, bitch. Yes, you do. Ever since you got on this show, that's all you did. We know exactly how many degrees you got because you keep on telling us that you got 4 fucking degrees. And now you tell us that your husband also got 4 degrees. And like Karen said, bitch, I'm not looking my nose down on anybody that got education, okay? I come from a very educational background, okay? Educated, high degrees and all that stuff. Just because I don't have a degree don't mean that I'm less than, okay? But you're not going to keep on using your degree to look down on people because that's exactly what you're doing. My husband is a doctor too, okay? He's a doctor in business and all that stuff. Wendy talking about it's less than 2% of people or women or whoever that has PhDs or whatever. So you should be uplifting, since you're talking about uplifting black people, especially black women. That's what you should be doing and woo, woo, woo. But when it comes to me, you look down on me. Girl, shut up. Okay, shut up. You talking to this woman that ain't done shit to you. You came on this show with, I don't know, like, it just, I don't know what it is about Wendy. Like, girl, you don't have to keep throwing that out there, okay? You don't have nothing to prove. That is not why you are in this group. That is not why people like you, because you got 4 degrees, okay? Don't nobody care. All right, girl, are you a good person? Can you laugh? Can you make jokes? Can you be sympathetic? Can you be empathetic? Can you, show that you care? Can you be there for people? That's what we fucking care about, okay? Can you call a bitch out when you need to call a bitch out? Not if you got 4 fucking degrees, bitch. I don't have to have no, you ain't got to have no goddamn degree to be cool with me, okay? You don't got to do that, and you ain't got to keep on flying that shit around. And Karen had to tell her ass, listen, bitch, even though I ain't got this, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. Karen listed, okay? Karen got her ass together, okay? And then turned the heat off of herself and put it right back on her. She said, listen, bitch, if you want to know what it is, you slid her down there into the conversation that I was having with Candace, and this is how I did it, and showed her the wall. And Karen said, you know what? This is Giselle's doing. She took back what I said and twisted it. And so, therefore, this is all this. I blame her. I'm not even going to blame Wendy. I blame Giselle. Giselle, I think you're doing this because of the issues that you probably having in your relationship with Jamal. Okay? I said, oh, well, I didn't think of that, but okay. And then, Wendy, you made yourself look a fool because everybody else was laughing at Karen for imitating you and doing it on a joke, okay? And I was like, girl, let that go. Let that go. It wasn't even that. Like, Wendy been trying to pick something with Karen since she got on this show. Oh, she act like she don't know me and all this stuff. That's how it been. And I kept on saying, what is it about Wendy that Karen don't like? And now I'm seeing exactly what it is, okay? And then you get to Candace. Miss Candace. When you file a claim, an assault charge, or something against somebody, 9 out of 10, most times, they're going to file a claim. So for you to be acting so surprised that this claim got filed against you, this charge got filed against you, counter charge or whatever got filed against you, you're stupid for it, okay? I'm just going to put it like that, because if I file something against somebody, I know that it's going to be a huge possibility that they might file it back on me, and I'm just going to be prepared for it. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be in my feelings. I'm going to be prepared just in case, because that's just how shit works, okay? And, calling her saying that she getting all this advice from her fucked up lawyer or and her hood rat ass friends. Once again, I hate the way that she says that. it's almost like you're looking your nose down once again on this girl because of where she came from, because she didn't come from a life of privilege like you did. So you use that hood rat shit and you use that ghetto shit to look your nose down and to use as a negative. And I am fucking tired of it. You are no fucking better because, bitch, you act like a hood rat when you get fucking mad, okay? You act like a ghetto ass bitch when you get fucking mad too, bitch, okay? So stop that. Somebody need to pop you in your mouth for real this time and not just pull your hair if you say that shit again. But anyway, that was the real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all tell me how you feel. And if you got a problem with what I just said, oh the fuck well. Okay, and I will see you guys later. Peace.